What is going on, guys? Blink here, back with a new Fortnite video. We are going to talk about how to improve your chances of winning with strictly using utilities. Also, the $100 V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications if you guys want to win a free Amazon gift card every single time I upload. All you gotta do is check the pinned comments section, and in the pinned comments, I'll have posted an Amazon gift card code every time I upload. By turning on notifications, you'll have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get to the guide. Make sure you're taking advantage of your utilities. A lot of people don't use their traps or even jump pads or campfires. You'd be surprised how much your utilities can give you that extra push. You can bait people into loot traps, floor traps, or use your traps defensively by placing it inside your fort while healing, or just use it for that extra defense. Now let's expand a little on how to set these traps up. So to set the bait traps, you'll need loot, and usually the best time to set up these traps is after killing an enemy because of all that extra loot you can pick up. You can also place your own loot if you want. Now make sure not to make some single file line of loot, as that just makes it very baity. So what you'll want to do is make a box with a roof around the best items and open up each panel by editing the middle and the bottom 3 boxes. It'll make a nice little opening to allow for any players to see the weapons. Then place a trap on the roof and go for a walk. After a minute or so, you might get someone to fall for the trap. Another way you can use the traps is to place the traps on the end of your stairs. So if you're inside a fort somewhere up high, place a floor at the end of the stairs and a trap right on top. If a player pushes you, he would usually use your stairs just to be quiet, and sometimes overlook the trap as his focus is on you since he's wondering if you see him and if you're gonna peek over. You can also do this with jump pads. After building a high ramp, place 2 floors and put the trap on the first one and your jump pad on the second one. Once again, the angle is hard to see, which makes it really likely for a player to walk into your trap. Now, this last method is to use your traps to give you more time. Let me explain. When you hear a trap being placed, you don't just rush in there. You play a little more cautious against your enemy because that trap can catch you unexpectedly. A good way to place traps inside your fort is place it all around the top floor and drop down to the middle floor to heal up. Because if the enemy knows you're healing, he might start shooting, or your enemy will go for some double pump action right into your traps. Now, it's a lot easier to get hit by traps placed inside buildings, especially the tilted towers area, because there's so much stuff inside that you might not see. And if I ever die from traps, it's usually inside buildings. And that brings me to the next point. If you're not going to be using traps strategically, then at least place them on ceilings of buildings. It's pretty hard to notice. So remember, guys, use those traps no matter what, as they'll give you that extra boost. And yes, another great way to bait really good players is by placing traps on ceiling buildings, as it looks more natural. Even good people can fall for these traps since it's really hard to notice. It works really well, as I've done it 2 times today and got 2 different people. In this clip, I had 2 traps which I placed above the doors. Now, it's a lot harder to see traps above doors since there's always a thick layer of material right over the door. Make sure to take note of that. So, a few minutes later, I got one person to walk into the trap and then another one right after. I'm not sure if that first person was teaming since it was kind of odd that there was another person with him, but if they were, I guess it was karma. The next thing we'll talk about is jump pads. It's very useful to get into action or avoid danger. If you have a jump pad and the storm is approaching, then you want to avoid taking damage. So if you want to save some resources, then make sure you're on the highest point you can be without building, as using a jump pad to get to the zone can take up a lot of your materials depending on how far the circle is. If the storm is very close, then you might not have time to run to the highest point around your area. So you might as well keep building up until you think you'll be close or in the zone from the height you're at. Remember to place 2 floors. Place the trap on the first floor and the jump pad on the second. If you're getting shot at, then place the jump pad no matter how high you are, or you have a risk of getting your stairs shot out. You can also even catch someone running into the zone, and a lot of the times they don't even notice, which grants you an easy kill. You can also use the jump pad to engage enemies from range. For example, if you snipe an enemy in the head, you know he's low, and by jump padding to him, you can interrupt his heal. Now, don't be using a jump pad 2 minutes into the game because it's not easy to find. There's so many useful times you can use it, emergencies or endgame. Usually you want to save the jump pad for an emergency or using it closer to endgame. Now, there's a few ways you can use a campfire to help you in combat. If you're low on health but you're getting shot at, you can still shoot back by placing a campfire on the floor below your staircase. Super useful if you still want to fight back while getting healed. A trick to getting healed even quicker is if you have 2 campfires, you can place them side by side and stand in the middle of both of them for the double healing. Only do this in certain situations like getting heals off inside the storm or getting to full HP so you can get a head start on the storm, or if you're a very good builder and you're in a fight, then you can probably pull off the double campfire trick. Might be hard to do, but it depends on how good you are. So that's it for this little guide. I focus on strictly using utilities to help improve your chances of winning more, and I'll be doing more specific guides for materials, weapons, and just plus many more things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and hopefully it can help some of you out. If you guys can hit that sub button, I would really appreciate that, and I'll keep making these quality guides for you. Also, comment below if you have any more great tips utilizing utilities. Well guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.